are going to record the lessons, considering that there are no students attending the class of today. So we are going to start recording, and that means that we are going to be taking a look at our unit number 14. All this information can be found, including the PowerPoint presentation that I'm going to show today, in your Aula Virtual in the university webpage for the students' access. Good afternoon, Ricardo. How are you doing? We already started the recording considering the time, so you can join the class anytime you want to because of your voice. Okay, so I assume that you're not participating. Let's get started. As you know, it is going to be unit number 14, as I said before, and what we are going to be paying attention to is mainly the aspects that are about the use of expressions like enough, not enough, many, too much, and the use of too. That's why I prepared this PowerPoint presentation for you. I want you to look at it. It says as a title, Choice, Expressing Opinion and Levels of Satisfaction. When we talk about levels of satisfaction, we use too, like too much or too many, or enough or not enough in negative sentences. Too much and not enough. Both of them are used to talk about the quantity of something. It could be something tangible or intangible. Too much or too many is used when you have an excessive amount of something. It's not a positive. It's not for positive reactions. It is for negative reactions when you say that it is too much or too many. But enough means sufficient. If you say not enough in a negative sentence, you're saying that it is not sufficient. Please look at the chart and the examples given. When you say too, will you use it with an adjective to talk about something that is more than necessary or required? Like it's too hot today, so it is a lot of temperature today. So that he drives too fast, you're not comfortable with it. It is extremely fast. Not enough. Not enough is not sufficient. You use it in a negative sentence. You can use it with a noun. You say not enough with a noun, or you use it with an adjective. Not, adjective, and then enough. Look at the order. If you use enough with a noun, enough goes before. If you use it with an adjective, it goes after. Look at the example. There is not enough food. Food is a noun, so use enough with a noun. But you can say Jimmy was not old enough. Old is an adjective, so you use old in front before enough. Okay, too much, too many are the same. To talk about excessive amount, but too much goes with uncountable nouns, while too many goes with countable nouns. You can see them in the examples. There's too much noise coming from that house, or there are too many credit cards. There are too many people in the bank. When you express your opinion, we need to express opinions and at the same time show that we are listening, understanding and appreciating the other opinions. If they feel comfortable, they will be more open to our ideas, opinions, and suggestions. Here are some different ways of doing so in a conversation. It is always a good idea to justify your opinions. Don't just say I agree or I disagree, but say I agree because I think that. Explain your reasons, etc. Okay, the list that I'm presenting is not meant to be memorized by you, but it is meant to be revised. And the idea is that you can choose one or two that from each category, so you can use the one that fits you best. I could notice that there is one person. No? Okay, there used to be. Ricardo. Okay, I see Ricardo is here. Okay, so Ricardo, are you going to participate in the class? If you're
Hi, Miss.
going to, I need your microphone on. If not, I will just continue. Hello, Ricardo. Are you going to participate?
No, thanks.
Or
Listen.
listen? Okay, so you're just going to be listening. Okay, so we were talking about the use of enough, not enough, too much, too many, and now we are. I am showing the different expressions for talking about your opinion. I said that the idea is that you can all choose the one that best suits for you. So, for example, when you're expressing your opinion, it can be personal opinion or general opinion. If it is personal opinion, you have to say, like, for example, in my experience, in my opinion, I really feel that, if you ask me, etc. But think about a professional level when you're in a meeting, for example, or something that is important for your career. Try to use the most formal expressions to give it a personal opinion, like speaking for myself personally. I think, or if you are defending a position, like in a meeting, you can say, I strongly believe that. Okay. If it is general opinion, the most formal one could be like according to, and you quote somebody, you say, or some people, and you say according to my colleagues, according to investigations, according to research, etc. Also, when you are in a lecture, for example, talking to people, as I said here, it is always important to open yourself to receive other people's opinions and reactions. And it is important to make the other person feel that you are listening and understanding the other people's opinion. So that's why you need to check if they understand. So you are in an exposition, for example, in a meeting, a business meeting, but you have to say, you have to check if people are following you. So, like, does it make sense to you? I don't know if I'm explaining it correctly. Do you know what I mean? So you can have this interaction with your audience. When I say explaining things better, like after expressing your opinion, checking understanding, you can go and say, what I mean is, or what I'm trying to say is that. So you can double say your point. You stated strongly stated. Maybe it isn't a strategy to make people remember your idea. So it is always good to go back to your main point. Sometimes when you're in a presentation, you need the other person's opinion. So you are going to ask by saying, what's your idea on? What do you think about it? Do you agree with that? Is that what you think? But if you agree with the person's opinion, you're going to be saying, let me see, because I heard the noise of it. Mario. Hello, Mario. I'm talking about giving opinion, since we started talking about the levels of satisfaction. And now we are expressing opinion, okay? So, Mario, we are in this part saying that in terms of levels of satisfaction, it is too much, too many, enough, not enough. And again, with the same with the examples. We already checked that, so I'm going to invite you to take a look at that later. But please remember that it is for enough, not enough, too much, and too many. That was important to check. Now we were looking at some expressions for giving your opinion, especially at professional level, talking about maybe meetings that you may have in the future. When you agree or disagree with the point of someone, and the point of actually. When you say actually, it is a way to say de hecho. Okay, so you can sustain your opinion by saying, actually, what I mean is, or actually, my opinion is that. Okay, so that was for expressing opinion. Now, refreshing on the presentation of today's lesson. The most important thing to introduce unit number 14 is to talk about the levels of satisfaction when you use too with an adjective, not enough with a noun or with an adjective, too much or too many with a noun, depending if it is countable or uncountable. Also, different ways to express opinion. Why? Because in our book, we have got a text that is about keeping your brain in top condition. And here you've got 12 tips about how to keep your brain in top condition. There are different ideas, and some of them use the concept of enough, not enough. Like, for example, don't eat too much food. As it was said previously, much or too much is used for uncountable nouns. So too much young food, food is uncountable. So it is in a negative sentence. Don't eat too much young food. There is another one. I'm looking for it. If you can see it, you let me know, please, because there were more examples of the use of enough here. If you don't get enough sleep, as you can say, there is a noun. If you don't get enough sleep. And the last one is get enough exercise. That was for the use of enough. And if you go to the next page, we have to complete this. I understand that Pedro is not participating, just listening. Mario, are you going to participate?
Yes, Miss.
Yes? Okay, Mario, can you do number 1, letter A?
¿Qué página?
It is, can you see it? ¿En la pantalla que lo estoy compartiendo?
No, no veo la pantalla.
No, se lo comparto de nuevo. Ah, ¿no ha visto entonces toda la presentación de nada mostrado? ¿No?
No.
Lo voy a partir de nuevo, entonces le voy a mostrar el PowerPoint de lo que estábamos viendo porque yo juraba que lo estaba mirando. Okay, choice, as I was saying, expression opinion and level satisfaction. Too much, not enough. For levels of satisfaction, revise the concept of two, enough, not enough, too much, too many. That was explained. Expressing opinion with different options so that you can revise them and check the one that fits you better. Now, in relation to the book page, now you can see it, right? In relation to the book page, the book offers a text about how to keep your brain in top condition. And it gives you 12 tips of things that you can do using the examples of too much, too many, and enough. For example, too much stress, because in the PowerPoint, we were saying that too much was for uncountable nouns. Based on that, let's try to complete activity 1A, completing with too much and enough, based on what we saw in the PowerPoint. Let me refresh the information from the PowerPoint about that. If you look at that, you will see that not enough, too much, too many. Not enough is a negative sentence that goes with a noun or an adjective. Like, there is not enough food for everyone. Food is a noun. Or Jimmy was not old enough for that game, with an adjective in front. Too much and too many is for excessive amount of something. Too much, too many, they have got a negative connotation, you see? Too much is for uncountables, like there's too much noise, and too many for countables, there are too many people. Thinking about that, and in the presentation of the text that we have here, remember the phrases that I marked. If you don't get enough sleep, don't eat too much junk food, get enough exercise, too much stress. We're going to complete so we can remember. Okay, Mario? Number 1, if you don't get sleep, it's harder for the brain to do some activities. What do you put there? What do you complete there in number 1? Mario? No? Pedro? No, Mario?
Está silenciado.
Okay, so I can help you. If you don't get enough, I see. So number one,
Not enough.
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 Repeat it. Enough.
Enough.
Enough. Like a F sound. Enough. Exactly. If you don't get enough sleep, sufficient sleep, right? So enough means sufficient. If you don't get enough sleep. Very good, Mario. What about number two?
Too much.
Don't eat too much junk food. Very good. It's a negative sentence, and it is to say excessive amount. Too much, because junk food is an uncountable noun. Very good. How about number three?
No sé, Miss.
No, get enough exercise. Get enough exercise. Get sufficient exercise. Do you understand the use of enough? Mario, ¿comprende bien cómo se usa enough ahí?
No.
No, vamos a volver acá al PowerPoint. Te lo voy a mostrar bien aquí. Vamos a retornar esta parte que era la que estaba grabando antes. Mira, fíjate en enough or not enough. Enough siempre se va a poner antes de un sustantivo. Un sustantivo es una cosa o lugar. Por ejemplo, there is not enough food for everyone. O si le sacamos el not, va a significar suficiente. There is enough food for everyone. Si yo digo, there is enough food for everyone, digo que hay suficiente comida para todos. Si lo hago negativo, digo, there is not enough food for everyone. No hay suficiente comida para todos. Y es lo mismo que pasa acá. Mira, Mario, en la oración. Get enough exercise. Está diciéndole a la persona que tiene que obtener suficiente cantidad de ejercicio. Por eso es el uso de enough. Y siempre va a ir delante de un sustantivo. ¿Sí? ¿Por ahí puede ser?
Get enough exercise.
Yes, enough means, exactly. Enough, sufficient. Not enough, not sufficient. Too much or too many means excessive. Too much, demasiado. Okay? So if you don't get enough exercise. And number four, what is bad for the brain?
Too much.
Too much stress is bad for the brain. Very good. Let's match. In what situations do we use enough? A, B, or C? Enough means more than you need, what you need, or less than you need. What do you think? Remember that enough means sufficient.
Less than you need.
No, less than you need is not enough. Not enough is less than you need. So enough is?
More than you need.
Too much is more than you need because too is excessive. Enough is what you need. So remember, enough, exactly the amount. For example, I will say it again. Si tú dices, there is enough fruit in the house. Hay suficiente fruta en la casa. Entonces está diciendo que la cantidad es la que necesitas. Ni más ni menos. Suficiente. Not enough, si lo haces negativo, y tú dices, there isn't enough fruit in the house, no hay suficiente fruta en la casa, tú estás diciendo que hay menos, less than you need, menos de la necesaria. Si dices, there is too much fruit in the house, hay demasiada fruta en la casa, estás diciendo que tienes más de lo que necesitas. ¿Se entiende?
Yes.
Mira, vamos a hacer un listening en el que ustedes van a ver que hay una hablando de la cantidad de sueño que tiene. Sue y Jan están conversando. Mario, voy a poner el audio y tú vas a completar aquí la 3A. Do you think you get? Then that's, and I think that's probably. Vas a hacer esta actividad con el listening. ¿Se entiende?
Yes, yes.
Okay, listen and complete.
Do you think you get enough sleep?
No, not at the moment.
So you could have that. Do you think you get? No? ¿No le escucho, Mario? Vamos de nuevo, Mario.
Enough sleep?
Enough. Very good. Do you think you get enough sleep? Listen to it again and complete the rest.
Do you think you get enough sleep?
No, not at the moment. Because of the baby, I only slept about 4 hours last night.
4 hours? Oh, poor you. That's not enough.
What about you?
I usually sleep for about 9 hours, probably 10 at the weekend, and I'm always tired.
Really? You know, I think that's probably too much sleep. I'm sure it's not good if you get much.
Yeah, you may be right.
Okay, so do you think you get enough sleep? That was correct. But then 4 hours per you, that's?
Not enough.
That is what? Not enough. Very good. Really, you know, I think that's probably?
Too much?
Too much. Ya la interacción era un poquito más alta al inicio de la clase. Lamentablemente no había más personas presentes, pero para la actividad del día de hoy, que es la introducción de la unidad 14, yo voy a dejar compartido este PowerPoint, pero le recomiendo que le preste especial atención a esta slide, la que estoy mostrando con examples, ¿ya?
Sí, sí.
Revisen mucho eso, porque la próxima clase vamos a volver a la 14.1, pero esta vez va a ser para responder estas preguntas. Think about how much, en la del clase del día viernes, y después vamos a empezar a hablar de planes futuros. Así que les recomiendo que revise el material que voy a subir al aula. ¿Le parece?
Yes.
Yes, okay, so I'm going to stop the recording now.